Here we are in the cave of volume. When we first arrive in the level, we have our camera directly behind our character. In the upper left, you can see the meter, our energy meter, and we earn energy and spend energy. So that's our primary commodity. We spend energy as we walk and run, and just by breathing. In the lower right, we have our interface icons. The one on the far left is our camera icon. So when we left click, it takes us to the next camera. So this scene has a few cameras. This one that I just clicked to shows us a funnel system. The next camera shows us look down into the level, so we can see here's our player, and over to the player's right is a lower area that has some shape lockers. We're going to use those in the second part of the level. Now we're above and behind the character looking over toward the funnel system, and we can see the ramp up to the left. And I click one more time and come back to the player's character. So the way that we're going to be interacting with the controls of the game is we use our mouse to click on things, and we use our mouse to orbit cameras if that's available, and then we use our left hand to control our character. So I'm going to work with my camera for my character first. I can zoom in or zoom out by using the bracket keys that are just to the right of the letter P on the keyboard. So the right bracket zooms in and the left bracket zooms out. I can orbit my camera using the 4 arrow keys. So I can orbit to the left, and I can orbit to the right, and up and down. So this takes a little getting used to, because we're not moving our character with our arrow keys, we're controlling our camera. And I can see up above there's a ramp up here that has 3 shapes, and I'm going to go up there next. In order to move my character, I have 4 keys. I have a turn left is the letter A, turn right is the letter D. Now I'm not moving my camera. You can see my character is moving in the entire scene shifting. So I'm rotating left with A and right with the D. I walk with the letter W, and I sprint with the letter S. So if I want to sprint forward and turn right, I can go S and then hit D and turn right. So here's the shapes that I'm talking about that are in the upper area. So there's 2 challenges that I have to do in the Cave of Volume. The first challenge is I have to match shape volumes. For these 3 shapes, a cube, a sphere, and a pyramid, I'm going to change cameras now, with these 3 shapes, which are all cylinders. So what's going to happen is I'm going to determine the volume of each of these shapes, the cube, the sphere, and the pyramid, and I'm going to match them by pouring them into the corresponding cylinder that has the same size volume. So for example, I'm just going to show you one. I can find out more about the particular objects by examining their information billboards. And I move these cylinders to place them underneath the funnel by just left clicking on them. So let's say I want to work with this cylinder right here. Now I want to know the information about this cylinder, so I'm going to use my information toggle. I hold down the letter I on the keyboard and left click. And when I do, I get an information billboard that comes up. And this is the case for all of these cylinders, or for any object that has information. Now of course the formula for calculating the volume is the same for all cylinders. So what I need to know is I need to know my height and my radius. So in this case, my height of my cylinder is 30 inches and my radius is 12.1. And I know that my formula for solving volume is equal to pi times radius squared times height. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my calculator, and my calculator can be whatever calculator I normally use in class that I'm comfortable with. I'm going to find out the volume of this cylinder, and I'm going to write that down. Now let me turn my camera back to behind my character. So these 3 shapes, one of these 3 shapes has the same volume. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and examine my cube. Hold down the letter I and left click, and my information billboard comes up. Now I can't see it because my character is in the way, so I can just rotate my character a little bit, and as I do, I make this a little bit easier to see. So I can see that the volume of my cube is volume is equal to the sides cubed. So I can see that my dimensions are, it's a 24-inch side. So I've done the calculation with my calculator, and I have determined, okay, this cube, not the pyramid or the sphere, will match the particular cylinder that I have under the funnel. So I'm going to pick this up just by walking over close to it. When I get close enough, it just automatically picks it up. Now I have to walk back over here toward the funnel, and when I get close enough, then it's going to automatically pick up my cube into the funnel and start pouring the contents. Doesn't matter whether it's correct or not. If I get close enough, it's going to put it in there. So I get close enough. I'm going to change cameras now. And I can see it's pouring the contents into that cylinder. And I can see that that calculation was correct. Their volumes are the same. I've earned a bonus of energy points. And most importantly, I have earned a key. I want to get a key for each of these, and I need the 3 keys. So this particular key has a label of 3,456 square inches. So I'm going to now go on to the second part of the challenge just to show you how this works. I'm going to go behind my character now. Normally when I play the Cave of Volume, I'll earn all 3 keys. So now I'm going down below to where the shape lockers are. Inside these mysterious lockers are things that I want to earn. I need to open them up, and these keys are how I'm going to do that. So I'm going to earn the keys, and then I'm going to spend them by opening up these lockers and earning things. So in order to interact with one of these, I have to get relatively close, and when I do, then this floor target illuminates. That tells me, okay, I can interact now with this particular object. So again, to find out the information billboard, I hold down the letter I and just left click. And I can see that the surface area now, this is what I'm interested in, not the volume. The surface area calculation for this sphere is 4 times pi times r squared. So my radius is 12. So I use my calculator and do this calculation, and if this key matches that surface area, it will unlock it. So I've done the calculation, and that's not going to work. Now if I were to spend the key, I would lose it if I spent it on the wrong one. So I'm going to come over to this object, and I'll click on its info billboard, and I'll see that this is a cube, and its surface area is 6 times the side squared, and they're 24 inches, the sides are. So I use my calculator, and I will determine, I'm going to toggle this off, I'll determine, okay, that is 3,456 square inches. So now all I have to do to spend this key on this cube is to left click on it, and if it's the right key, it will unlock the locker. If it's the wrong key, it will just disappear. So I spent my key, it did unlock the locker, and I earned a power bar. So this power bar is something that I'm going to be able to use for additional energy later on in a different part of the game. Okay, so that completes my Cave of Volume challenge. I need to earn all 3 keys by matching the 3 shapes to the 3 cylinders, and then I need to use my keys correctly to unlock each of these objects and earn the surprises that are inside, and that completes my Cave of Volume.